Don't push it. It's not worth it. Just let it go. This is the AC Pulse, the podcast where we examine power, labor, and culture at the point where they collide. I'm Amanda Corrales. I'm an artist, producer, and systems critic. And I host this show because too many creative industries survive by pretending harm is just the cost of doing business. On the AC Pulse, we don't trade in rumors. We talk about patterns, we talk about incentives, and we talk about what happens when accountability is avoided long enough to become policy. Today's episode is called The Burnout Was the Point. And it's about something almost every artist knows, but rarely gets permission to name: exhaustion as a strategy. This isn't burnout from loving your work too much. This is burnout engineered through delay, deflection, and silence, designed to wear down the people who don't stop asking questions. So let's get into it. Last episode, we talked about the whisper network, the warnings, the side text, the quiet, be careful messages meant to protect us. But what happens when you don't stop? When you keep asking the questions, when you keep filing the paperwork, when you keep showing up anyway. Today, we're naming what comes next. This isn't burnout as weakness. This is burnout by design. I'm Amanda Corrales, and this episode is about something all too familiar: burnout. But not just any burnout, the kind that isn't accidental, the kind that's built in, the kind that exists by design. Because what if I told you the point of these systems is not to fix them? It's to exhaust the people trying. Let's be real. System fatigue is a strategy. When an artist comes forward with a complaint or a call out, what happens? Delay, deflect, dismiss. You get sent in circles, passed from one department to the other, told to submit a report, then a follow-up, then a grant renewal, from where you still have to perform gratitude. It's not a mistake. It's the strategy. Because if they keep you tired, they keep you quiet. The cost of persistence. I lost sleep. I lost income. I also lost opportunities because I chose to name what happened. And I'm not alone. Every artist who tells the truth on some level loses something. And that's the unspoken math behind this whole setup. They count on our exhaustion. They count on us giving up. And when we don't, they call us obsessed, or whatever name they choose at the time. But what they never name is what it takes to persist. So who benefits from burnout? Let's follow the money. When an artist burns out, the institution doesn't lose anything. The funder does not lose anything. And the board does not lose anything. But the artist, we lose time, stability, access, and momentum. And who gets to replace us? Usually someone less critical, more compliant, someone trained to stay grateful. Burnout is not a byproduct. It's a filtering mechanism. It weeds out the whistleblowers so the system can keep humming along. On our next episode, we will talk about false resolutions. What happens when institutions offer healing circles instead of accountability, and how harm that isn't resolved is relabeled, never really leaves the room. Have you ever been burned out trying to make change? Have you been called too much for caring? Tag us at the AC Pulse. Use the hashtag Burnout by Design, or send me your personal story. Let me tell it for you. Amanda at ajcorrales.com. Email me, because your exhaustion is real and it was never yours to carry alone. If this episode felt heavy, it was because it was never meant to be carried by one person. Burnout is not a personal failure. It's what happens when systems choose survival over accountability and call exhaustion resilience. In the next episode, we're going to talk about false resolutions. What happens when institutions offer healing language instead of real repair? When harm gets renamed, repackaged, and quietly put back on the shelf. If you're ready to understand your power more clearly, not just how it's abused, but how it can be structured, check out my new book called The Artist Code Power, the first installment of a trilogy. It's a tool for artists who want language, leverage, and especially clarity when the system keeps telling you to be patient instead of protected. If the AC Pulse is resonating with you, make sure you follow the show on Spotify. Rate us. Tell us what you think. It's the easiest way to stay connected and support this work. You can also find us on Instagram at the AC Pulse and watch full episodes on YouTube. We're also streaming on Amazon Music. So wherever you listen, we're there. And if this episode names something that you've lived through, share it. Because silence is how the systems survive, and sound is how they start to crack. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.